Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to the Cancel Us Bitches podcast. I am one of three co-hosts. I am Ariana, and this is a little bit of a different start to this podcast because this episode is a continuation from last episode. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out that episode on Patreon, on YouTube, and all other platforms. And now you guys can enjoy the last part of this episode. I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to follow not only the Cancel Us Bitches podcast, but all of us individually. We love you and thank you and hope you enjoy this episode. I think I need therapy after this.
God, me too.
Can I talk about therapists?
Should we talk about therapists?
I don't know,
Sure,
man.
I can't get in on the therapy conversation.
Well,
I'll
we
just
both
listen.
had bad experiences with therapists
In the same
lately.
week.
Don't you both have
In the
a
same
new
week.
one, like, recently?
Not anymore.
But I'm saying it's been we haven't talked about this, and I was kind of scared to touch it. So you both had new ones within this last couple weeks, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And both shit the bed,
Yes.
from the sounds of it.
in
I'll be your
different ways.
therapist.
In a way.
Shit the
I
bed.
don't mean
That's a
shit.
term.
That means you just let
It.
I didn't shit the bed. The therapist shit the bed, and it
I'm
made me
talking
move out
about
my
the
house. The fuck?
Therapists
Huh?
were not very good at being a
No,
therapist.
I'll be your therapist separately, of course. You know, I got y'all.
I feel like he's like sniffing your hair.
Well,
Smells like
because
hair
she does
dye,
that, yeah.
so.
But no, I had a really bad experience with my therapist. It started with it's like some sort of online therapist thing because I didn't want to go find an actual therapist. I'm a lazy bitch.
No going into Target.
No
Exactly.
therapist accepts my insurance online.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So I went online and I think it's called like Noom or some shit like that. And I started texting the therapist and
Oh,
it
we're
was
texting the
nice.
therapist.
Yep, it was very nice. It started coming very nice.
But I didn't do that.
I thought it was very convenient. I'm a very busy
Yes.
person. I'm
Yes,
always
that's
doing
fair.
shit.
Especially if you're
So,
situational.
like sleeping.
I'm done.
Anyways.
But I get why you would
Yeah,
message
it's
that
easy.
way. You
I'm
just-
in my bed. I
less
get to
personal.
be with my wig off and text someone about
Oh
my
my
problem.
god. Anyways, your story. You were
Okay.
Yes.
texting a therapist.
So I was texting my therapist, and like he was going through like some things about my past and stuff like that. What's gone on? Blah 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 blah. But ultimately, he kind of was just like, "You're." What did he say? I have dissociative identity disorder. He said the word delusional. He literally said the word delusional.
Got her all fucked up.
It got
Oh,
me
I'm
all fucked up.
sorry.
He also said,
It's like she has PTSD for the word delusional,
I
so we're
see.
not allowed.
Literally, I, have so
I
much
haven't said
PTSD.
it. She said it so much since.
I know because it's affected
She
me.
has not
It's so
stopped.
bad.
I
I
know.
haven't
It's
repeated
fucked me up. Not because you said it, but well, yeah, kind of because you said it.
I said
But then-
PTSD.
PTSD. Once it gets brought up, it's game over.
and then it was like a theme of the week. Delusion. And I was just like, what'd you say? There's not a problem. So
No, I'm saying there's a problem. Like something's going on. So
Yeah.
That's why
so-
she was texting
Yeah.
the therapist.
So I was texting the therapist, and he was like, you may have dissociative identity disorder. You're delusional. He said I could be a perfect cult leader because I'm like so enamored with myself and shit
I
like
mean,
that.
I am
And
gonna
then
be
we
meeting
started the thing
thousands.
today. Remember?
What did I do today?
I'm so pretty, and I just keep focusing on myself.
I feel like I say that every day.
That's just confidence. Like she's very.
I'm just saying, she just repeated it, but what she said, the therapist said, she actually does. Though.
But here's the thing. Here's the difference is that if someone's not gonna love you, you have to love yourself.
I'm okay
you
with
know
that.
what I'm saying?
No, I'm
You
not
have to
saying
love yourself
What
first
it is,
in order
I'm not
for
saying
someone to
that's
love you.
wrong. I'm just saying, but what you said, I'm like, she does say a lot about herself because she likes herself.
I know, and
Which
I'm
is
a
okay.
Leo. I'm a Leo. I love
don't know what that
myself.
means.
Like the star sign. The
I know what
astrology.
Leo is.
Oh, okay.
She's got signs on her arm.
Oh yeah, that is
So,
true. It means I'm very okay. So I'm the perfect example of a fucking Leo. So a Leo is strong,
Mm-hmm.
bold, very self-centered, very creative, very out there.
Oh,
but
okay.
deep down inside, they will crumble at the sound of a word.
that word. We won't
And
speak
I didn't know that
word.
was. Here's the thing. I didn't know that was my trigger word.
It is
I
now.
didn't
and
even know.
Until it happened.
I would have
I-
never. I
and-
would have never said it knowing that.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't.
Like,
but
oh,
like, I didn't
Jesus.
know that was my trigger word, and I wouldn't have known
I
until
said-
someone said it.
I'm so sad.
So I think it's my trigger word because of, I think I mentioned this on another podcast, where that whole situation with my aunt and moving out of my house, and it was just a lot. And it's been a theme through my life where someone would tell me like something didn't happen when I know it did.
That makes perfect sense.
So it's like, oh, delusional. Oh my God.
But
Maybe
you
I
didn't
am
realize it
delusional.
until-
I didn't realize
Wow.
it until
Okay.
like that was a trigger word for me.
Damn.
So isn't it funny how you don't know
Yeah.
that a trigger word can be a trigger word for you?
But now you're
And,
gonna
like,
stop saying it because
you
you
know?
say it
But-
now, and I haven't. No one says it now, but you say it.
But
I'm
now
like, oh
I
my
have
God.
to. I have to say it
That's her way
to
of coping with it.
Yeah.
make it as a joke. So I mean, that's my way with coping with
Okay.
that word.
Means-
So until
means
another-
more
another,
lifesavers.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
But we won't speak it.
So yeah,
I'll
so
speak
that
it.
was her bad experience.
Not to
with
go drive us
therapy.
crazy with the word.
yeah. So what was your bad experience with a therapist?
It's like a cycle of bad
Excuse me.
experiences.
It's a what?
A cycle of them. I've seen multiple, especially since Charlotte's been born. And the girl that I saw recently, she just in another planet. She's just doing her own thing. I'd go in, it was very short term. She'd be like, "How are you today?" "Oh, you're fine." "Okay, cool, session over."
Oh.
And I would be like, "Okay, cool." And she would always say, "Maybe you need more long term." And then
She was trying to get your money. Long term, bitch.
she's
Sorry.
not a long-term therapist, but my primary doctor was like, "I want you to see a psychiatrist
Yep.
to properly diagnose me." And obviously I had one visit with him. It was a video call.
The nice office one. Wasn't there a nice
No.
office? Oh.
I had one visit with this guy over Zoom, and that's when he was like, "Okay, you have anxiety, depression, PTSD, and possible bipolar." So he's like, "Obviously, I'm seeing you one session. You're explaining X, Y, and Z, but I don't really know you."
Pause. I feel like that's a lot better to deal with than like disassociative cult leader.
Yeah, I feel like yours is. Yeah.
I don't
think
have a
I
problem
did-
with what he said.
Okay.
That wasn't my
I
problem.
know, but damn, she was.
I was
I
right
feel
too.
Yeah,
It's
like,
so
what the hell?
My
crazy.
spirit was snatched.
I
When
feel
you go to
actually.
different people, depending on the
Jesus.
person, they literally come at you.
Yeah.
When the very first therapist I ever saw did that, and he was like, "You're the source of all your problems. Get over it." And I was like, "Oh, the fuck up.
Ooh.
Like,
Just
calm
supposed to
down."
be
Yeah.
Literally, it was
Oh
bad.
my gosh.
So he was like, "You need to see a therapist. I think therapy will do more good for you than medication." But whatever. God knows I don't take my fucking drugs anyways.
I love when you call them drugs. Love it.
I need that.
Giving my
Okay,
child
yes.
some drugs.
Literally, I
love
have a
it.
cupboard full of them, and I don't take any of them. I'd be refilling it so my doctor thinks I'm taking
my
it.
God.
I'm like, shit.
No.
But anyways, I went to this new office that therapist, the woman, recommended me to. So they called me. They're like, "We're going to schedule a consultation appointment." I go in, I talk to this lady. She puts down all my issues. She's like, "Oh, it's not that serious. Like, you really think you
Oh.
need this? Like, I want to take the medication if I were you." And I was like, "Well, I want to see a therapist." So she's like, "Okay, I think your best bet would be this guy." And she recommended him. I went to his. It was so funny because when I first saw him, judging by just seeing him in person, I was like, "Fuck, this isn't gonna work."
Was this the gay one?
Yes.
Okay.
I was
go.
like, "This isn't gonna work." And then I went to his office.
Not
I was
because
like,
he's gay, by
no,
the way.
No,
She is not a homophobic.
No. Oh my god.
that went.
I didn't think about the gay aspect till after I saw his office. But when I went to his office, I was like, okay, whatever. The vibe was really nice.
I
We
remember
got
you
through
saying
the
that.
talk. It didn't really help me because I kind of went into this very depressive state for like 2 weeks straight.
No.
It was not pretty. But I was like, in the end, like, he was listening, he was understanding, he was digging to what I wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to go see him a second time, and I was really stoked about it because I've had a lot on my mind recently.
This was last week. This
Yes.
week that just passed. Last
Yes.
session. Okay. Ooh.
And
That was a rough one. Whatever.
I didn't have
happened.
a session. I
Yeah, it wasn't
went
even a
in,
session.
And I was stoked about the session because I was like talking about it beforehand. I was like, I really need this. A lot's going on for me
Yeah, I
mentally.
know. You said that morning.
And then I went in and he was like, "How are you?" I'm like, "I'm okay. How are you?" He's like, "Good." He's like, "So I wanted to talk about your goals. You want long-term therapy? That's not me. You need to see someone else." And I'm like,
It wasn't even like, hi, how are you? It wasn't like, let's do this session and see
He
how
didn't
it goes.
even want, he was like, I don't
So
want to
what is he
waste.
there for?
He literally was like, I don't want to waste your time or money or anything. The session's free. I'm like, bitch, I don't pay for it anyways. It's in my insurance. So let's just get that straight.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care about that. But he's like he's just handing me the paperwork and he's like nonstop talking about a list like of other therapists, and he doesn't even know if they accept my insurance, nothing. And I'm just sitting there like getting handed
like
these
Twilight
papers,
Zone.
and literally, and he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm
No,
like, "Are we done?"
motherfucker, I'm
I
not.
just looked at. I was like, "Are we done?"
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "I want to make sure like you're not gonna harm yourself." I was like, "No, are we done?" And he's like, "Well, if you want to be," and I got up and walked out.
And it wasn't even like the "are we done?" Like, I can't believe this is happening. When you said it to me, you had those glass eye
I
looks
was
like you wanted to
literally
murder
pissed.
someone.
I was just like, "Are you
'Cause
done talking?"
I
Because
get
he was
that way
just going in
too.
circles and like stuttering, and like it was an awkward situation. Like,
So when you
could have
first
called
started
me.
with him, you did. Yeah, he could have.
They could have called me and been literally, and then like, this isn't a long term.
This is
therapy.
a glass stare that happens when like people like us get angry.
Literally, like. All right.
Okay.
You just like, you're not even focused on them, but you're focused on them.
You
Yeah.
can tell, like, after that, he knew that my demeanor changed.
Well,
that I
you
was,
better.
like,
Yeah.
really frustrated. I got really depressed in 0.5 seconds. I was like, I'm just going to cry. I was like, this is like a breakup or something. I was like, this is so bad that I
He
finally,
didn't
I
get
was
that
like...
you wanted that from the beginning. Like, that wasn't...
Well, you put it down on the paper,
I put it
right?
down.
Yeah.
And the reason I got recommended to that office was because I need long-term therapy. They know that, yes, I have situational issues, but my situational issues are because of the PTSD of my
From your-
past
Yeah.
X amount of years. So I'm like, let's talk through
So what
it.
the
And it just...
would have been angry.
I was so angry that
So-
I was
I know.
like,
Yeah.
I hate everything and everyone. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
done. I can't do
Everybody
this.
with that fucking Taco Bell you were eating.
Yeah.
That was
That
it.
was really good fucking Taco
I'm
Bell.
glad.
I can imagine,
It
yeah.
was so good. I was so upset because I've never, the past few years, like, it sucks because my life has gotten so much better, and yet my mind thinks
It doesn't
otherwise.
think that
Trauma.
way.
Literally.
You
It's
can
just trauma.
acknowledge that it's gotten better, and you're like, you have this, you have this,
Right.
you
I
have this,
think
you're
you're
getting
waiting
this.
for the
I get that.
the other shoe to drop and it's not dropping, and you're just like, what the fuck is this?
It's really
It's hard.
frustrating, and I think in a way too, so much has changed. Whether it's my parents' health
Mm-hmm.
and just things with Charlotte, like sharing her. I don't like doing that.
No.
It's a lot on me mentally rather than my physical life. Like, I have a roof over my head. I have an
Yeah.
amazing significant other. My daughter is obsessed with me. It's toxic,
Mm-hmm.
toxic child. Like, I have all that, and I'm grateful for all of that. In the same sense, my mind tends to think way too much of the negative in the
Yeah.
past and panic about the future.
That's pretty normal.
Me starting school, I think, really triggered me
Yeah,
a
we
lot.
pushed
Why?
too.
And it's just I have so much anxiety, and I'm petrified of going
But why?
because I have social
It's
anxiety.
scary.
I don't like
Yeah,
being in
she
crowds of people.
definitely
I
does,
don't like
but-
talking in front of people. I can do a rental 10 times better by myself than with one of you in the office.
For real?
I will get
Yeah.
a review, no fucking problem, if I'm by myself. But the second someone's in the office, I freeze. And I skip things. I don't know what I'm doing. I
Why?
completely...
And we
You know,
don't
I
have
used
to
to
be
be
paying
like
her
that.
any attention. She
Yeah.
just it just all
It's
of
like
a
a
sudden,
it's like a conscious
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
where you're like, oh my god, someone's like watching me, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I go in straight panic mode. I've never been one to like, I would fail things just because I would refuse to talk in front of the class. If it was a project, they would be like, okay, it's
and she's
presentation
doing a
time.
podcast.
Because the crowd's
I
not
think
here.
that's great though. No, I mean
Until
I
we
still
get
think
live
it's great.
I'm
crowds.
also not reading off a script because a very traumatic event for me was when I wrote an essay that was a bomb ass motherfucking essay. Okay, my teacher loved it. She's like, I want you to not only present it, but I want to record it to show future
Yeah.
classes. And I was like, that's awesome. I butchered
Freaked.
it.
Oh Lord. So it's
So
like the
bad.
you need to imagine people in their underwear to feel better.
Literally, it was so bad. Someone commented on my status about going to school with that. But
That's so
it was
funny.
so funny.
I'm
like,
so
it's
proud
just,
of you,
I'm
though.
terrified.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
proud of you
I'm
that you're,
gonna
like, taking this
fuck up.
step. No, you're not. You're
No,
not,
I'm
because I'll do
excited
your
for
homework
you.
for you.
I even told you that, like, when you
Okay,
meet
then
out,
when
like,
it's time for me to actually save
Let
a
me just
life,
put
I
on
was
my
like,
red
Harry,
ring.
where are you? What do I do?
Remember, I'm good at
but you're
everything
not.
I do. Just give me a call.
You're smart. You second guess yourself so much that's where you falter.
I know.
And
My
it's not that you don't
attention
know
span, even like in school and stuff, throughout the classes, the homework, the assignments, I would be great.
it. Yeah.
The second an exam would
You're
come,
just like,
all the pressure is on that exam. Like,
Yeah.
you are going to fail if you fail this exam. Well, guess what, bitch, failed. I have an amazing support system now.
You're welcome.
Yes.
you're welcome. I know. I felt it.
It's so crazy to me because I would have never known what I wanted to do if I didn't work at the U of R. And then one nurse in particular is an amazing human being all around. She made me want to be a nurse.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
she's always been there. She's like, if you have questions, ask me. I wouldn't have not known what to sign up for, how to do it if it wasn't for her. And so
Good.
I'm very thankful. And things happen for a reason. As much as I'm like, oh, I'm not starting school until I'm 29. But in the same sense, like, now Charlotte's more grown. She's in school. My classes are when she's in school. Corey is like an amazing partner that can help me in so many ways when it comes to that. My job is very flexible and is very helpful with that. And my wonderful besties throughout my job here.
We got her back.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank
We've
you.
got
You're
your back.
welcome.
I
Thank you.
swear.
So
Whatever
To
that
be
is.
honest, she only really applied to school because of how much I brag about how good I do in my fucking degree. Like, honestly, like, come
This is
on.
not about you.
I
It's
know
about
it's not
Amanda.
about me. I'm just
she's
saying.
becoming somebody, and it's
Oh my
giving me
God.
excited.
Exactly. She's
Y'all
like, I
are
need to
always
be her.
talking about going on being big to different things, and I'm over here like, I'm not saying I'm public storage.
I don't blame you.
Oh my God.
But you did say I was going to be there forever, I remember. You guys were like, she's not leaving. You said that too.
You're not leaving
Well,
like
I don't think
tomorrow.
you're leaving tomorrow.
No, I can't
That's
leave
what I'm-
tomorrow.
right.
But, I mean, at some point, we all have to...
Eventually, yes,
figure it
but I
out.
think you're very invested in public storage as much as you get pissed off at public storage.
Yeah.
Invested
think
is
is
a
very
nice way to put it.
common.
I think if I didn't have the dynamic I have and the fact that I have children that are at certain stages, I would have gone a long time ago. Yeah.
I have a 5-year cap. I'm at my 3.5-year mark at our job. I don't plan to be there for more than 5 years because there's no opportunity of growth anywhere. Monetary wise, position wise to get more monetary wise. There's just no growth.
Each of my jobs, I ended around my 3-year mark.
So I'm
Wow,
at
wow,
my
guys.
back end of getting ready to move on. And I'm glad that I kind of started my school career
Right now.
a year ago because now I'm a year in and it's like, oh shit, one more year and I can apply for internships. I can apply for actual jobs working for a law firm.
That's what I tell you all the time when you're like, enough's enough.
I'm
and
gonna
like,
quit every 5
This
minutes.
is ultimately the best job to have
Yeah.
with
It's a
being
good
a student.
segue to
Especially.
something
So
next
it's
for you.
like all my applications to U of R, the nurse that helps me, she's like, stay where you are.
Yeah.
You're going to need it. Sit
Yeah.
down, have time to study, have time with Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
If I work a high end job plus try to go to school,
It's
I'm
gonna
going to be
be-
a
You'll
mental
be.
basket
Yeah.
case.
And I have to say, public storage is a really good job in that sense, as well as the management
I was about
I've
to say,
had.
if we have
Yeah.
the management that we
Like-
have,
That's key.
really makes a huge
That's key.
difference.
I've never had a horrible boss working at public storage. From Aaron to Matt
I've
to
had a
the
few,
current Matt that I'm with. It's really, I haven't had a bad
It's very
experience.
fortunate
Yeah.
working. I think it almost it makes up for the lack of
It does.
position.
No, it doesn't.
In the same
No, it
sense,
doesn't.
it's like bitches need money. Like,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well, let's not even talk about
Yeah, we're not
that.
going there.
Yeah.
But I think it's really cool that you're back to school. You're going back to school. August, you're gonna do phenomenal. I'm gonna be cheering you on from the side with a whole sign saying
Y'all gonna come to my
Amanda.
graduation?
Duh.
If I'm not in
Sorry.
like Vacation in
here.
Greece. I don't
You'll
know.
be here. She'll make a point to be here.
I will make a point to be at your graduation and cheer you on because you're going to do amazing things, and I know you will. And you're going to get over your anxiety, and you're going to be in there fucking doing all sorts of presentations and being a bad bitch
Ugh.
with your nice
You'll
orange
just
hair.
channel us. That's it. You'd be like, you know what these bitches said I could do? I got this.
I do believe in you,
It
though.
really does make a huge difference.
Yeah.
I went from being around people that were like, "Are you sure you can do that?
For real?
That's a lot.
Fuck them.
Like, you need to be home. You need
And
to
we're
do
just
this."
like,
And
when are you signing up?
literally,
Let's
and
do
so
this.
it's
Literally.
like, all right. And now it's
Did you sign up for classes today? Did you go today?
No,
Did you go?
Literally.
She's got an appointment now. Okay, good. We're
She's
good. I was
sitting
like,
behind
leave.
me, like she heard the call. She's like, "I am proud of you. You made the call." I was like, "I only made it because you're here. 'Cause I would not have done it." I procrastinate with shit all
Yeah.
the time. But it's even something as simple as like going to the gym. If someone's meeting me at the gym, they're
Then you're
expecting me
more
there,
active.
then I'm like, all right, I need
Yeah.
to get up and go. If it's just me, fuck that shit.
Why haven't we all gone
We
to the
all
gym
do
yet?
that.
None of y'all been up or ready and been
And
like,
then,
we're there.
It's Abby had camp and stuff, so I'm ready. Before school starts, I'm ready. I need to.
We'll
I'm
see.
okay with it. I'm up before you guys, I think, and then our day starts. I am very structured,
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna do
so I
Pilates
have to
at home.
know. Fuck that. I have to know what I'm
She's like, that's
doing.
not going to work.
No, not gonna work. And then after work is impossible for me.
Yeah,
Can
I'm just
we
lazy.
say, like, you take amazing photos, but your selfie game is fucking
What do you
amazing.
mean?
That, girl, you were posted in a fucking
Yo,
chat on Facebook.
That was a good.
that was
was
such a
smooth.
fucking epic segue. That was
What can
good.
I
That
do?
was
That was
pretty
good. I
good.
loved
You're
it.
welcome.
But it was,
That was pretty
that
good.
was one of my favorite
probably
pictures.
one of my favorite
Yeah, I have to agree.
selfies I've taken with my beautiful ring light.
Yep. I love that picture.
Yes, I was posted.
You're welcome. I just did that.
That was like so great.
You know.
Wonderful.
Anyway, let's talk
Anyways,
about
let's
it.
talk about it.
Mention it all.
Somebody's man.
Somebody wants to stir shit up.
They either want to stir it up, or they want to fuck it up, or they want to be in it. One
I
of the
don't
three.
Or want to be your man.
But
That's what I
they're
mean. They want to be
not-
in it.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
They're apparently too pussy to fucking actually show who they are.
So let's talk about it. Like, what the fuck happened? Like, literally, what happened?
Want me to go in like
Yeah.
standpoints here?
I mean, you don't have to.
I mean, I was
yeah.
going to bed. I thought everything was fine. Then all of a sudden, I'm being asked, "You're not cheating on me, right?" And I'm like, "What the fuck are you
Yeah.
talking about?" I'm laughing about it. I'm like, "You're
Thinking that
stupid."
shit's funny.
Literally, I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Thinking he's acting like me because I'm needy.
Yo, I could see her laughing though, like, and not in a disrespectful way.
I
She was
literally,
like, what the fuck are you
I
talking
dead
about?
ass
I'm
like
too crazy for that. I'm psycho
I
with you.
literally said that. I was like, there's no fucking
he literally.
way.
It was so funny because when he first asked, I was like, "Yes." Like, I was like, what? He was like, "What?" So then all of a sudden he gets on his phone and then my phone goes off and I see there's a screenshot of my selfie and it's the "Are we dating the same woman?" for Rochester page.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
bored as fuck.
it's anonymous, posted. Been anything on Amanda. Been seeing her for 3 months now.
fucking lies. We see Amanda, okay?
So,
they don't see Amanda.
what this page is basically
Because
a
the woman
hating
made a page.
on a woman because the woman of Rochester, Buffalo area made a Facebook page to warn other women about these toxic, horrible
Yes.
individuals who are fucking men.
And the men got salty about it
Mm-hmm.
and made a "Are we dating the same woman?" page.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy because I saw it. I was on it. Whatever. I sent my request. You guys denied it. That's fine. You act like I don't fucking have resources to get in there. Got in there
Literally.
and saw it all. I know who initially saw the page. I know who commented on my photo and who the admin is, whatever. And half the posts on there, which there really isn't many, so I'm like honored that I was even on it. Like, okay.
You're an ass.
Sure. I made the cut. But they're literally, the handful of women that are on there, they're not only just trashing, like, oh, all your standards are low. And, like, the guys even in there are stating, like, what is the purpose of this page? Do you guys actually care that these women are toxic? Or are you guys just on here to fucking...
Bash other
Bash
people's
it.
relationships and cause
So,
problems.
and,
Yes.
like, my thing, obviously, with my personal relationship, who the fuck have I been seeing the last 3 months? Like, please.
I told you, it's literally
enlighten
us.
me.
Literally.
And thankfully, my relationship is not toxic. And he obviously knows I'm not seeing anybody. I am so shoved up his fucking ass all the time. There is no time for me to
We
communicate
can
with
literally
someone else.
pinpoint, even just as your friends, like where you're going to be.
And
it's
Well, I don't think I can do that.
No,
Well, I
Maybe
mean,
you.
for the most part, we know. Hush. For the most part, it's like, okay, she's got this going on with Corey. She's got this going on with Charlotte. She's
Yeah, I
got
get that.
something with us. She's got
Like,
work, and it's like,
that's
we should know
just
when she
it.
got a fucking appointment.
That's true. That's,
So-
Corey and
that's
I live
true.
together. We work the same fucking job.
Right.
He knows when I'm working, when I'm
And
not
even
working.
if you're not in the same
What's
office,
going
he knows
on.
what office
And
you're
if
at.
I'm
Stupid.
off and he's not, which yes is pretty common. Now that Charlotte's out of school, which is the last month and a half or so, within that 3-month period,
Right.
who the hell do you think I've been with?
I
Yeah.
know. And
I'm
this
next
child
door.
is not gonna lie. She will tell all your
I-
business.
That was another thing. I was like, if I pass someone in the grocery store, she brings it up. Who was that
So you're
talked to you in the store?
Yeah.
So she's
Right.
gonna bring up if something like that were to
Right.
happen.
Yeah.
And then if I am off and I don't have Charlotte, I'm literally coming to the public storage office like, babe, I don't know what to do with myself.
Feed
The
me.
sick-
Literally,
Look
I'm
at my
like-
face.
In the past few months, because I've been in such a depressive mode,
Yeah.
that it's been him going to the store to buy me vanilla Coke and Snickers to make me feel better, and I'm laying on the couch like massively depressed about
We've
something.
seen you a lot though, remember?
So
Because
it's
you guys were
like-
shut, so we've seen you so
Right.
frequently.
The
You weren't
sick
doing
part is
anything.
about this page, though, is that it ideally was made to be vindictive because the women have been posting.
That's my point. It's
So
like,
the thing-
what was the purpose in posting?
The
me?
purpose of posting you was for someone to try and break up your relationship.
But
So-
why? Like, who the
You'll
hell
never
is
know
out
why
there that
until they show
actually
themselves.
is that butthurt about my relationship?
It could be anybody. You
It
would
literally
never
can
know.
be, because it can be a jealousy thing. It can be like, but did I piss you off in some way, shape, or form at some
Hurt
point
their
in time?
feelings potentially. It could be anything.
Here's my thing, though, is that with that, it just seems so vindictive.
Well,
so
that's
it's
why I
someone
was
you
like-
know.
Yeah, I don't
You
think
know
it's
what I'm
someone.
saying?
It's not someone she doesn't know.
Exactly. It's
Oh, that
not
was
like
the first
guaranteed.
thing. So I went through the list of the
I
people
just thought it was pretty
that
ironic.
are on
No.
there. She's laughing at me
stuff.
because I'm sitting there going through the list of every member that's on there and screenshotting every single person that I know
Yeah.
that's in there. And like a couple of the people that
And then no one
commented-
commented, and they all know you.
The thing is, like, so I confronted some of them, and they were like, I didn't even see the post. What are you talking about?
microphone.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, okay, like, whatever. But it just, like, confused me because the people that 90% of the names, which it wasn't many, it was like 4 or 5 names.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe one of them I have half-assed communicated with in the past few years. So to me, I'm like, that's weird. Like, why is someone that doesn't even know me? And I know someone from, like, freshman year of high school
Yeah, that's a long time
commented
ago.
and was like, oh, her name's Sherman. First of all, no, it's not.
Thank you.
That was never changed back. So take your little I know information away. We're not friends on Facebook. That person doesn't know me, technically. So why are you being involved? I'm completely confused by the whole thing.
It's like a dead
It's like,
end
who is
kind
looking
of
at
thing.
my fucking
It really
Facebook?
is.
But and then other names that look familiar are friends with me on Facebook, but I'm friends with hundreds of people that I don't You think I actually have hundreds
But
of
it's
friends?
not even like they posted a personal picture you gave them. They posted something they could have
Right.
snatched.
Yeah.
So it's not even
It was a
relevant. You're not
profile
even
picture, and that was
relevant.
another thing, like someone else said, which that part I don't give a fuck about because I'm like, if I was talking to somebody, then I'd be like, oh my god,
Yeah, but
I can't believe that was
to me,
posted.
I'm like, hey, I'm with this girl. Let me.
But
post
then
something
again,
that
I
she
have
didn't.
to know because when I was in the woman's page and I posted that one guy, I used a picture from his profile.
you? Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess like the
It wasn't
point
a
being
personal
is
picture.
it would be more believable if it wasn't like a profile
yeah.
picture.
I get
Yeah,
it.
I gotcha.
But obviously, how else are you gonna get a photo of me?
Girl, those
Because
pictures.
unless you like take
It
from
was
my
still a
snap,
really good
which
photo.
even then half the time I don't even the pictures
No.
I post on my snap are pictures I post on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Here's my thing though,
ain't
like
nobody on
those
my fucking
pages
snap.
are so toxic.
That one.
You don't have a Snap?
No, I told you to sign me up. You
We'll
didn't.
sign you up.
Oh,
Sorry,
God.
guys.
Back to the age gap.
My bad.
But no, those
Hey, my
pages.
mom has a Snap.
Oh, for real?
Damn.
She snaps it. Where do you think
You
my Snap
behind,
score
girl.
comes from?
I just never
Behind.
even
Where do you think my Snap score
Do
comes?
you
She
see
sends
how
me
often I
so
touch
many
social
snaps
media?
a day. And then if I post a story, she reacts to the story 15 different times, and I'm like, woman.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so funny. Okay, I'm sorry.
Girl.
Talk about these people.
Yeah, no, I feel bad for you because that's just you had such a shitty week that week. It was
very
therapist,
stressful.
It's like
it
blow
was-
after blow, but
It's
I'm
just
thankful she got through it.
I'm grateful for the relationship that I have because had this
could've
been
went.
my ex, whew,
Yeah.
that would have gone south so fucking fast.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful that Corey and I have a very like open, communicative relationship. We
Yeah.
are on the same ground. We understand.
Fine ground.
Shut the fuck up.
Take
Southern
that phone when he's
accent comes
sleeping.
out.
Fine ground.
We have an
We're cutting that
understanding.
out.
No.
But yeah, no, that's a good it's good to have a base where you guys know each other, you trust each other, which is a big
Yeah.
thing. And you guys can say, this isn't true. I don't believe it. It's a
And
bullshit.
it not go any further than that.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I get that he had to say something to you, 'cause
I mean, if roles were reversed,
But
what she
then-
said to me, because at first I was like, how dare you think,
Yeah.
like, why would you come to me about it? But if roles were reversed, I would have been up his ass around the corner.
Yeah.
I would have been like, why the fuck would you be
Wait,
posted?
so
I would have lost my shit because I'm crazy.
Isn't that crazy though?
So I can't have double standards. I was like, I
you had
understand
to
where
reel
you're
that
coming
in a little bit. I
from.
was like, oh, shoot.
It did. It took me a minute, and I was just like finding 20 excuses to be annoyed by
Yeah.
the
So you're
situation.
like, nope, can't do it.
But then I was like, I'm retarded. Like, why am I thinking this thing? Like, he's not accusing me of anything.
He
was
literally
simply,
flat out asked the question because it was
Right.
brought to his attention.
Yeah.
and I would have done the same exact thing.
Yeah.
So
He didn't take it any
I probably
further,
would have
which
made
is
it a
great.
lot worse than him, but that's fine.
Me too, girl. You would still be
I'm
paying
not
for
gonna
it
lie.
now.
I'd probably
Literally.
take it a
And
little
he
bit
said
further,
that.
too,
He was
so.
like, if roles were reversed right now, you would hate me. And I'm like, let's not go there. I was like, we're not going to go there.
But
It's
you
not
pay
the
for it,
situation
don't
right
you
now,
worry.
okay?
But I remember, like, when the women's page came out about men, I was like, let me find your face on there. Let me find your face. And
I
he's
haven't
like, shut
even
the fuck
gone to
up.
these pages. Maybe I'll just mind my business.
No, go to the pages. It's very toxic. I had to leave
I
them
don't
because it
wanna
was
go.
so
It
toxic.
got
Invite
really
me into
bad.
the page and tell me it's toxic.
It got really bad because some of it I was like, holy shit. And then I knew a handful of men that were posted.
Yeah.
And I was like, and
But
I
does
knew
it
for a
make
fact
you
that they
think,
were
like,
bad. So I was like,
okay. I was gonna say, well, can you think of it now differently because you were put in another page where it was falsified? Could it be the same for these men?
to a point, yes, I do think
know?
some of them, but I respect some of these women on that page because they were not only trashing, they weren't saying just negative. They were like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this guy is amazing.
Oh, okay.
And I saw him in
There's
the past,
the
like whether it was past
contrast.
relationship or friends.
So they're just
and
like, oh, he's a
it
good
was-
guy. It's
and-
okay
and-
to be with him.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
There was a lot of those. Whereas
But
if you
on the
look on the
men's
men's
page,
one,
they were just
underneath
all-
they're like, oh, look at your standards. There's only trolls posted on this
And
page.
posting like
all
personal
this
information,
shit.
like this bitch had a DUI, this bitch
Oh,
had
yeah.
a this, she
Like,
got into a crash with
oh
her child in
God.
the car.
I mean,
like,
there was personal info on
information.
on the women's too.
There was,
But it was about like
didn't-
a rapist.
it-
Like I literally
Wow, that should be-
that
I
shit
would
was
want to know about a
insane.
rapist. I don't care about your DUI from
Right,
10
I
years
don't.
ago. If you're a
Literally.
rapist from a year ago and you decided to rape someone,
Hell,
I want to
if
know
you're
about
a
that.
rapist
Yeah.
from 10 years ago. You want to know?
That too. Shit.
Like, ooh, yeah.
So I
Okay.
don't know. That page was created to trash a woman. It's probably created by a man who doesn't have a woman. I mean,
Yeah.
that profile picture definitely seems like he don't got no woman. I mean, he's gross.
I'm trying to even remember. Yeah.
He's
God.
gross.
Can I
Kind of
see?
gross.
But there's
I'll show you
like
him after.
moderators. It drives me insane because like there's like two other moderators or whatever with him, and one of them I don't know him, but he is on my Facebook, and he did comment on the post as well, stating that she knows that she's on here, she's trying to get in, and then all of a sudden the post got deleted. And to me, it's like
Why would you delete
why
it then?
would exactly
What are
like
you hiding? It was bullshit.
I already
Yeah.
saw it. There's nothing to hide. I know
Right.
you commented. Again, there's nothing to hide. I can't find out who the anonymous poster was without you
Right.
physically fucking telling me.
Yeah.
Which I know you guys are not going to.
Right.
Bro
Because
code.
it's not even bro code. It's like men are trying to be just as much of a drama as women, and
I
they
mean,
want to fucking.
the men in there were definitely gay. I mean, I told you about some of the words they were saying. What's the tea?
I was
Straight
like,
man
what's
uses
the
that?
tea?
What's
Give me the
straight
411, please.
Like, damn,
like,
that's gay from 1990.
I'm the shit. I'm just
But
like,
yeah, like literally, like, what's the tea, man? Like, get out of here! Why are you using
I
that?
remember when you said that. I was like, what?
Oh,
That's even
damn.
bad for me.
Oh, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm just glad that you guys have a strong relationship.
Yeah, I
You
mean, they
guys
can
are,
have their
like-
page. I don't care.
Yeah.
I want to know who posted me.
I think
it
I'm still in the
pisses me off
page.
that I don't know who posted me.
Yeah.
For the sole fact, it's like, what is your motive?
There's
Exactly.
Because I
definitely a
feel
motive
like
for
there
them.
has
It may
to
not
be.
make sense to you, but they have a motive.
It's like someone just like scrolling through their friends list and
like, oh, let me
blindly be like,
snag
oh, that's
here.
the one I'm gonna post.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And then to literally put like 3 months or whatever, like
I've been
okay.
with her for 3 months.
Damn, that was a week for you. That was a week.
yeah,
It's over though. You made it.
week is ending. Yes.
That's good.
Speaking
Well,
of
they should-
ending, I think it's time to end this. I
Yeah.
think it's been a long
Now it's time
conversation.
to say goodbye to all our family.
So she's
All right.
taking
So,
my
anyways,
pop career.
literally, I'm like, oh.
I get it.
God.
And
She can do the
I see
runs. She can do the
Hey,
high.
You won't catch me trying to do it.
M.O. Yo, I just sang.
You won't
fucking
break
Mickey
my
Mouse.
soul. You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. You won't break my
I can't
soul.
wait until
I'm telling
Shadow comes out.
everybody.
Oh God, she's singing it. too.
Everybody.
I'm lipping it.
Yes, bitch. See, she wants to lip sync. She wants to be me too. Yes.
Oh my God.
Thank you guys.
Anyways, have a good night. Like,
Good night,
subscribe,
everyone.
everything. Share.
Thank you guys so much. We do really appreciate you guys for joining us on this podcast. It's probably been a long one at this point. We talked about some just personal stuff, and we appreciate you guys.
If the shoe fits, you'll find it personal. It's okay.
And if you don't, just listen.
That's a new phrase. I like that. If the shoe fits, you'll find it personal.
Yeah.
That's very
That was a
cute.
good one.
That's a cute one.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you for joining us on the
Hair.
Cancel Us Bitches podcast. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Threads, and TikTok. That's where we post a lot of our
YouTube.
shorts and our videos. You can.
Oh, it's
my
X
bad.
now.
It's X now, I thought.
Oh yeah, it's X now.
Yeah.
Well, you know
At
what?
least I
Never
caught
mind.
that.
Don't even follow us on Twitter because it's X. Who the fuck wants to go on X? I deleted my X. I'll show you the
I
fucking.
deleted my ex. I
Deleted.
deleted him too, bitch.
But yeah.
I think we've all done that a time or two.
Follow us on all those social media platforms. Go to our Patreon and donate. We want to get new microphones, like actual fucking microphones, podcast microphones.
Not phones with
Um,
condoms.
And
Oh, yes,
not
these
phones
are
with condoms. And donate and help us grow this podcast. And don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. But don't forget to do all those things. We are here. We have our personal information below. And we will see you guys and talk to you guys. And you will hear us and view us on the next episode of the Cancel Us Bitches podcast. Adios.
Bye.
Peace sign with her.
See, she wants to be me.